The story opens in the depths of space, where Captain Rex of the Galactic Trade Alliance discovers an ancient warning beacon floating near the edge of a restricted solar system. The beacon broadcasts in 17 different alien languages, all carrying the same chilling message. Beyond this point lies Earth, entry forbidden by imperial decree. Violation punishable by total system annihilation. Rex commands a small exploration vessel called the Star Wanderer, tasked with mapping unexplored sectors for potential trade routes. His crew consists of 4 diverse aliens: Krim, a reptilian; Navigator, with excellent spatial awareness; Nix, a blue-skinned engineer who maintains their ship's quantum drives; Vex, a multi-armed communications officer; and Tam, a warrior class, being responsible for ship security. The crew debates the mysterious warning. Records show that 3 major galactic empires, the Dominion, the Hegemony, and the Coalition, all maintain strict no-fly zones around this particular system. Even pirates and smugglers avoid the area completely. What makes this small yellow star so dangerous that entire empires fear it? Krim pulls up historical data fragments. The earliest warnings date back nearly 2,000 years, when the first galactic civilizations encountered something in this system that terrified them so deeply, they agreed to never speak of it again. The only consistent detail across all records is a single word: humans. Vex intercepts encrypted military communications, suggesting that the 3 empires once sent a joint expedition to this system. None of the ships returned. Since then, the warning beacons have been maintained and upgraded regularly, as if the empires want to ensure no one accidentally stumbles into whatever lies within. The captain faces a difficult choice. His mission requires exploring new territories, but violating the warning could mean war with multiple empires. However, the scientific opportunity is too valuable to ignore. Rex decides they will observe from a safe distance, using long-range sensors to gather basic information about the system's inhabitants. As they approach the outer edge of the solar system, their sensors detect something unexpected: massive structures orbiting the 4th planet from the star. The constructions appear to be artificial, suggesting an advanced civilization exists here, despite the warnings. Asterisk against all logic and protocol. Rex orders the ship closer. The crew discovers that the structures are not just space stations, but enormous defensive platforms bristling with weapons technology, unlike anything in their databases. The energy readings are off the charts, suggesting power generation capabilities that dwarf even the most advanced Imperial warships. Suddenly, their ship is locked onto by multiple targeting systems. A transmission comes through in perfect galactic. Standard: unknown vessel, you have entered restricted space. State your business or prepare to be destroyed. The voice belongs to Commander Jake, a human stationed aboard Defense Platform 7. His tone is calm, but carries an underlying threat. That makes the alien crew nervous. Rex attempts diplomatic first contact protocols, explaining they are peaceful explorers from the Trade Alliance. Jake's response is unexpected. "We know who you are, Captain Rex. We've been monitoring your approach for the past 3 days. The question is whether you're here by accident, or if someone finally decided to test our defenses." This revelation shocks the crew. How could these humans have detected them from such a distance? Their ship uses the most advanced stealth technology available. Nix runs diagnostics and discovers their systems are functioning normally, yet somehow the humans track them effortlessly. Jake explains that Earth's defense network extends far beyond their solar system. Quantum sensors detect any vessel entering their territory, while automated systems evaluate threat levels and response options. The fact that Rex's ship hasn't been destroyed yet indicates the humans consider them a minimal threat. The conversation reveals disturbing information about humanity's capabilities. Jake casually mentions that Earth maintains defensive positions throughout a dozen star systems, all connected by instantaneous communication networks. When Rex asks about the Imperial warnings, Jake's demeanor becomes darker. "The Empires learned not to come here the hard way," Jake says. "We didn't start the conflicts, but we finished them. Every major power in the galaxy sent their best fleets to conquer Earth. None of those fleets exist anymore." Vex attempts to access historical records, but finds massive gaps in Imperial databases. Whatever happened during humanity's first contact with galactic civilization has been systematically erased from official records. Only the warning beacons remain as evidence of those encounters. Jake offers the alien crew a choice. They can leave immediately and never return, or they can dock at Platform 7 for a brief cultural exchange. However, he warns that any attempt to gather intelligence about human military capabilities will result in their ship's immediate destruction. Asterisk. Rex chooses to dock, driven by scientific curiosity and the potential for unprecedented first contact. Platform 7 turns out to be larger than most Imperial space stations, with artificial gravity, breathable atmosphere, and environmental controls that automatically adjust for different alien physiologies. Commander Jake meets them at the docking bay, and the crew gets their first look at a human. He appears relatively ordinary by galactic standards, bipedal, mammalian, no obvious natural weapons or armor. Yet there's something in his bearing that suggests hidden dangers, like a predator pretending to be prey. The platform's corridors reveal glimpses of human technology that shouldn't exist. Gravity generators operate without the massive power cores required by other species. Energy weapons built into the walls could vaporize entire boarding parties instantly. Most disturbing are the automated defense systems that track every movement, ready to respond to threats faster than conscious thought. Jake gives them a controlled tour, showing areas designated for diplomatic contact. The crew meets other humans. Dr. Lisa, a xenobiologist studying alien cultures. Engineer Mark, who maintains the platform systems. And Captain Anne, who commands the station's fighter squadrons. Through conversations, the aliens learn that humanity's technological advancement didn't come from peaceful research. Earth was attacked repeatedly during their first century of galactic contact. Each invasion forced humans to adapt, innovate, and develop increasingly sophisticated defenses. They didn't seek war, but they became exceptionally good at it. Dr. Lisa shares sanitized historical records. A Dominion invaded first, seeking to claim Earth's resources. Their fleet of 200 warships was destroyed within hours by coordinated planetary defenses. The hegemony followed 2 decades later, with 300 ships and advanced shielding technology. They lasted slightly longer, but achieved the same result. The coalition's assault was the largest, nearly 1,000 vessels supported by orbital bombardment platforms. The battle lasted 3 days and ended with the complete annihilation of the invasion force. After that, the Empires established the warning beacons and agreed to leave Earth alone. Captain Anne explains that humanity's defensive strategy relies on overwhelming technological superiority combined with strategic patience. They don't expand aggressively or seek galactic domination. Instead, they maintain an impenetrable defensive perimeter and focus on technological advancement. The most unsettling revelation comes when Mark casually mentions that Platform 7 is just one of hundreds of similar installations. Earth's defensive network could theoretically engage multiple galactic empires simultaneously while maintaining complete tactical superiority. As the visit concludes, Jake presents Rex with a choice that will define humanity's future relationship with the galaxy. Jake's proposition is both simple and revolutionary. Establish formal diplomatic relations between Earth and the Galactic Trade Alliance. However, this comes with strict conditions that challenge everything the aliens understand about interstellar politics. First, Earth will not join the trade alliance as a member world. Instead, they propose a unique partnership where humans serve as neutral arbitrators in galactic conflicts. Their military supremacy and isolation from existing power structures make them ideal mediators for disputes that could otherwise escalate into devastating wars. Second, Earth offers to share certain non-military technologies with Alliance members. Medical advances that could extend alien lifespans, environmental restoration techniques, and energy generation methods that could revolutionize entire civilizations. However, any attempt to reverse engineer or weaponize these technologies will result in immediate termination of all agreements. Third, Earth requests the establishment of small diplomatic outposts in major alliance systems. These stations would be staffed by human diplomats and protected by the same immunity protocols that govern imperial ambassadors. The outposts would serve as early warning systems for potential conflicts and coordination. Centers for Humanitarian Assistance. Rex realizes the implications immediately. If the Trade Alliance accepts this proposal, they gain access to the most advanced civilization in known space, while potentially avoiding conflicts that could destroy entire star systems. However, they also become dependent on human protection and subject to human judgment in disputes. Dr. Lisa provides additional context during a private meeting. Earth's population has been preparing for this moment for decades. They've studied galactic politics, learned alien languages, and developed comprehensive understanding of interspecies relations. This isn't a spontaneous offer, it's the culmination of careful planning and strategic patience. The humans reveal that they've been monitoring galactic communications for years, tracking the rise of extremist factions within the major empires. Intelligence suggests that another major war is approaching, one that could involve biological weapons, planet-killing technology, and tactics that would make previous conflicts seem civilized by comparison. Captain and shows Rex classified projections based on current political trends. Without intervention, the galaxy faces a conflict that could eliminate dozens of species and render hundreds of worlds uninhabitable. The major empires are too invested in their own power, struggles to recognize the approaching catastrophe. Earth's proposal offers an alternative, a neutral party with the military capability to enforce peace agreements and the technological resources to help civilizations recover from conflicts. However, this requires the Alliance to trust humanity's judgment and accept their authority in situations where diplomacy fails. Engineer Mark demonstrates human manufacturing capabilities by constructing a small medical device while they watch. The process involves technologies that violate several known laws of physics, yet the device functions perfectly. This display reinforces the technological gap between humanity and the rest of the galaxy. As Rex prepares to leave Platform 7, Jake provides him with comprehensive documentation of the proposal, including technical specifications for the shared technologies and detailed protocols for the diplomatic partnership. The decision ultimately rests with the Trade Alliance Council, but Rex's recommendation will carry significant weight. The captain faces an impossible choice: recommend acceptance and potentially transform galactic civilization, or reject the offer and watch the galaxy slide toward catastrophic war. Rex returns to Alliance space carrying humanity's proposal and the weight of galactic history. The journey back provides time for reflection and discussion among his crew, each offering different perspectives on the momentous decision ahead. Krim argues for acceptance based on practical considerations. The reptilian navigator has calculated the odds of surviving the approaching galactic conflict without human intervention. Less than 30% for most Alliance worlds. The mathematics are stark cooperation with Earth offers the best chance for species survival. Nix focuses on the technological implications. The blue-skinned engineer has analyzed the medical device provided by the humans and confirmed that it operates using principles beyond current scientific understanding. Access to such technology could solve resource shortages and environmental problems plaguing dozens of Alliance worlds. Vex expresses concerns about cultural independence. The communications officer worries that accepting human protection might lead to gradual loss of alien autonomy. However, she also acknowledges that extinction is a poor alternative to cultural adaptation. Tam's warrior perspective proves most complex. The security chief recognizes humanity's military superiority, but questions whether such power can be trusted long-term. Yet he also understands that the current galactic balance leads inevitably toward destructive conflicts that no single species can survive. The Alliance Council convenes an emergency session aboard the orbital station Harmony, representing 47 different species and hundreds of worlds. Rex presents his findings to the assembled delegates, including detailed recordings of his conversations with human representatives and analysis of their technological demonstrations. The debate continues for days. Some delegates argue that accepting human mediation undermines the Alliance's founding principles of equal representation and democratic decision-making. Others contend that the approaching crisis requires extraordinary measures and unprecedented cooperation. Intelligence reports support the humans' warnings about galactic instability. Extremist factions within the Dominion advocate for preemptive strikes against rivals. The hegemony is developing new weapons, systems designed to bypass existing defense treaties. Coalition military buildup suggests preparation for major offensive operations. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, the Alliance's chief xenobiologist, provides crucial testimony. Her analysis of human behavior patterns suggests that their species evolved as cooperative predators, capable of extreme violence when threatened, but naturally inclined toward protective rather than exploitative relationships with other groups. The turning point comes when intercepted Imperial communications reveal coordinated planning for simultaneous attacks on Alliance trade routes. The major empires view the Alliance's growing influence as a threat to their traditional power structures and are preparing to eliminate the organization through military action. Faced with imminent destruction, the Alliance Council votes to accept Earth's proposal. The margin is narrow, only 3 votes, but sufficient to authorize formal diplomatic contact and the establishment of the proposed partnership protocols. Rex receives orders to return to Earth as the Alliance's first official ambassador to humanity. His mission: negotiate the specific terms of cooperation and establish the frameworks that will govern human involvement in galactic affairs. The story concludes with Rex's ship approaching Platform 7 once again, this time flying official diplomatic flags and carrying the hopes of hundreds of species. Commander Jake's greeting is warm but professional. "Welcome back, Ambassador Rex. We have a lot of work to do." As the Star Wanderer docks at the human installation, warning beacons throughout the galaxy begin broadcasting updated messages. The new transmission reads, "Beyond this point lies Earth Protector of Peace, Guardian of the Innocent, and the last hope for galactic civilization. The transformation has begun. Humanity steps from the shadows of isolation into the light of galactic leadership, not through conquest or intimidation, but through the recognition that sometimes the greatest strength lies in knowing when to act and when to wait. The galaxy will never be the same, and perhaps that's exactly what it needs to survive the challenges ahead."